as Donald Trump's rhetoric turns authoritarian in the 2024 campaign. His party has largely stood back and stood by. Republicans shrugged as Trump began his second presidential term, vowing revenge against his enemies. When he brought up abrogation of the Articles of Constitution, they largely ignored it. The same goes for the recent decision by notorious fascists to use vermin rhetoric. And when recently said he would become dictator but only on day one of a second term, they dismissed it as a mere joke, right before doubled down. He looks serious. The joke was on them. As the latest example shows, people are putting themselves in danger by ignoring Trump's provocations. Yes, he often says a lot of things for effect. The censor likes to provoke critics into overreacting so they can be accused of Trump derangement syndrome. But there are also many examples where Republicans have belittled or cast doubt on Trump's true intentions, only to be forced to eat their words. The downside of Republicans' agreement to take him seriously rather than literally is that sometimes, in some very serious cases, he means what he says. And sometimes when Republicans gave assurances that Trump would clean up his behavior, Trump did anything but. Firing Robert Mueller when Trump repeatedly attacked Robert Mueller III, Special Counsel in charge of Russia investigation. Republicans pandered to idea that law was necessary to protect Mueller because Trump wouldn't actually fire him. I have no concerns that the president or his team will fire Mueller, said Sen. Lindsey O. Graham. Orrin G. Hatch said, I would say that firing Mueller is not something he is considering or talking about. Then Rep. Mark Meadows said according to Mueller's report, Trump tried to get Mueller fired. It was stated that in June 2017, Trump instructed White House counsel Donald McGahn to call the acting attorney general and tell him that the special counsel has conflicts of interest and should be removed. McGahn refused to carry out the directive, believing it would resemble Richard M. Nixon's Saturday Night Massacre. Many Republicans were skeptical of the idea that this would mean anything in practice, given Trump's alleged voter before and after the 2020 election and his refusal to transfer power peacefully. There will be an orderly transition, just as there has been every 4 years since 1792, McConnell said. He's saying crazy things. We've always had a peaceful transition of power. It's not going to change. then-Sen. Ben Sass said Sen. Mike Braun called the speech preposterous. Sometimes it adds fuel to the fire, Braun added. It would be alarming if you took it seriously. Weeks before the 2020 presidential election, congressional Republicans said President Trump would accept the election result. I assure you it will be peaceful. Graham said. I think the president will accept the outcome, said Sen. Thom Tillis. Let me tell you very clearly it will be peaceful. IKN.